Welcome in, everybody, to our MLS Cup watch-along here on the Scarves and Spikes. I can't talk today. Scarves and Spikes YouTube channel. My name is Sydney Hunt. Thank you for joining us today. Whether you are a Atlanta United fan or just stopping in as a neutral, we are so glad to have you along. Got a big show planned, of course. MLS Cup will be awarded today between LAFC and the Columbus Crew. So you can see above me, 38 minutes until kickoff, a 4:10 kickoff from Lord.com Field in Columbus, Ohio. Glad to have you along again. Thank you for joining me. The chat is open. Let me know if you think LAFC will win or the Columbus Crew will win. We want to hear from you throughout the day. Soccer USA, thank you so much for coming out. He says 3-1 LAFC. Really appreciate you coming on. Yeah, if you're coming in, thank you. Thanks for joining us today. And again, let us know who do you think will win. Just tell us right there in the chat. As we mentioned, or as I mentioned, a big match coming up between LAFC and Columbus. As a neutral, I'm looking forward to this. If you've been watching our shows this week, and by the way, if you are not active watcher of Scarves and Spikes, not active follower of our channel, please subscribe. Please like our content. Please take a second to look through our content and let us know what you think. But I said it, and my co-host Tyler Tommy said it throughout the week. This should be an exciting matchup between two teams with two different styles. Crew are a bit more pragmatic. LAC are a little bit more high-powered offensively, and we're going to see who wins. It's going to be a really interesting matchup between CF Toronto's LAFC, the Rolling Nancy's Columbus Crew. So, again, really excited to have you along with me today. Oops, sorry about that. But yeah, the lineups are out. I'm trying to get these lineups loaded in for you guys right now as we speak, but LAFC and Columbus's lineups are both out. And let's go through them right now. That's a little big. I did not mean for that to be that big. But yeah, let's go through these starting lineups real quick for LAFC. And I'm just doing this as we talk right now. There we go. Actually, let's go back to LAFC's real quick, or Columbus real quick. You can see it there on the screen. Schulte in goal, Camacho, Nagby the captain, Aiden Morris starting in the midfield, Cucho Hernandez, the big man for Columbus as well, Diego Rossi, Yaya Boa, Malte Admason, Alex Matan, Mofarsi, and Morera starting for the Columbus Crew. Taking a look at LAFC lineup. I don't know if you can quite see that. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here. Maxime Crépeau in net. Ryan Hollingshead, Murillo, Cellini as well, Palacios, Tillman, Sanchez, Acosta, and Oliveira, Vela, and Bouanga, the star man, Bouanga, of course, for LAFC. And he's going to be a big part of the proceedings, as is Cucho Hernandez. And I think that's probably what I'm most excited about is the matchup between those two players, how that will turn out. Bouanga and Cucho. That's the star matchup. That's the big matchup that I'm looking for. I'm sure a lot of people are looking for as well. So yeah, an exciting matchup ahead of us for um, this MLS Cup. Kind of overshadowed a little bit. I say that a little bit tongue in cheek because Shohei Ohtani announced that he's going to the LA Dodgers, 10-year, $700 million, and kind of joking around. Okay, MLS Cup is today, and Shohei Ohtani decided to announce where he is going the same day. So maybe a little bit overshadowed, but here today we are here to talk about soccer. We're here to talk about LAFC and the Columbus Crew. I'm gonna set my mic down here just so I can talk with my hands here a little bit. There we go. But yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us today. Got some special guests as well coming through. The guys from Atlanta United Fan TV. If you're an Atlanta United fan, you know about the Atlanta United Fan TV guys, as well as Danielle Solana. He's joined me from Miami, and looking forward to seeing what Danielle has to say as well. But again, seeing people trickling in here, thank you so much for coming by. And again, let me know who you want to win or who you think will win in the comments below. Soccer USA saying, I have a feeling if LAFC win, Vela and Chiellini both play one more season. Be interested to see what happens. I mean, they're both toward the twilight of their seasons. Vela and Chiellini both. And yeah, interested to see what their decisions will be pending the results of this particular match here. It could be that, yeah, maybe they come back for another season, as you were saying, Soccer USA. It could be that, yeah, they just decide to hang it up and retire on top. Vela, of course, has won his in 2020 last year, and Chiellini, of course. So it's going to be an interesting decision. They're both, again, as you all probably know, up there in age, relatively speaking. So obviously a big decision that, you know, we'll be taking a look at. Chiellini, 39 years old. Actually, a little bit of a fun fact, Chiellini's actually younger than I am by a couple of months, and here he is performing at a high level still as a professional football player. So kind of makes you think. But yeah, that's the situation with Chiellini, and then Vela not too far behind. I mean, not old, but not too far behind himself. So, yeah, going to be interested to see what that decision comes down to or comes out as, you know, as they take a look at their careers and kind of reflect. If you look at Columbus is a pretty young squad, relatively speaking. I'm going to pull up their squad once more here and kind of pause it for you guys to take a look. So Nagby, 30-ish. I'm looking at Schulte, 22 years old, 21, 22. Still a young guy. Farsi, not super young, but still in his 20s. I mean, this is a good young base in this club. Nagby not retiring anytime soon. He's locked up in a long-term deal himself. So retirement is not on the horizon for him. But yeah, just taking a look at kind of the players in the roster right now for the Columbus Crew. Again, sort of young-ish. I mean, not super young, like I said. Camacho is 32. Darlington Nagby, the captain, 33. I mean, still has a few years left. Cucho is 24. Rossi is 25. Matan, not super young himself. Well, yeah, 24. So Matan, so that's a number of years in this league. Schulte, like I mentioned, 22. So there is a lot of youth in this team. And, you know, some of these players may not be long for this league, maybe headed overseas at some point. But for now, this is a good young base and some veterans as well. Gressel, who's on the bench for Columbus today, is a veteran in this league. Nagby certainly is a veteran in this league. So, again, two different teams, two different play styles, and really two different roster makeups for both LAFC and the Columbus Crew. So that's the lineups. That's what we can expect from both teams from a technical standpoint and a player standpoint. Again, about 30 minutes from kickoff, you can see the time or the countdown right above me. 4:10 kickoff from Lord.com Field. in Columbus. A beautiful ground, by the way. I don't know how many people have been to Lord.com Field. It's a beautiful ground. It's a great ground. I certainly do recommend, as a soccer fan, I do recommend you go there at least once. It's a beautiful stadium, and they have really just done it right. In Columbus, they have not really put a foot wrong as far as building that stadium, building that atmosphere for fans out there. And yeah, definitely make your way down there if you can. Right now, the pregame show is on, so I'm just kind of watching the pregame show. But again, the chat is open. Let us know what you think. Obviously, we can't stream the match for you. We cannot stream. We'll get in big trouble if we do that. From what I told, the weather is actually not too bad in Columbus today. Um, Here in Georgia, Atlanta is kind of rainy, really wet. Not too bad temperature wise. 63 degrees. Columbus is 58. So not a bad day. Not a bad game. I think they were calling for rain today in Columbus, but it looks like it might hold off. Well, actually, no, probably won't hold off. 58 around kickoff. They're calling for a chance of showers around 6 p.m. So if this game goes into extra time or goes into penalties, could be a little wet match for Columbus and LAFC. So that's something to monitor as well. By the way, I'm using this new program today. I don't know if it'll work. I mean, it seems to be working now. So Soccer USA saying is Columbus defense fast. I mean, that's something that we need to talk about is Columbus's defense. Um, Columbus's defense can be a little unreliable. They've sort of the story that has been around Columbus this season is propensity to drop points from winning positions and this propensity to let results slip that they otherwise had a grasp on. And I think that's going to be kind of the big story for them today is they've done it actually throughout this playoff season. They've kept their heads. They've done a good job of keeping their heads and keeping themselves above water from a defensive standpoint. And where they've been a little raw and a little loose in the back, especially in late in games. That hasn't really been the case in the playoffs for all intents and purposes. I mean, they're here. They're here in the MLS Cup final. Yeah, I don't know if they're specifically fast, just to kind of answer your question. I don't know if they're specifically fast, but that is something that I'll be taking a look at is how they do under pressure, how they do with set pieces and things like that. So kind of answers your question there, I think. I hope I should say. I muted. Um, as I was saying, Gressel, Molino, very very strong bench options for them. Madronda, Shanjawatsky, um, Jaden Russell, real I should say. I think his name is. Yeah, they do have a pretty good bench. They have a pretty deep bench, and I think should Columbus get into card trouble, and I don't know if they will. Should they get into card trouble, um, those players will be in, and you have to hope that if you obviously have to hope both teams kind of keep their heads. I mean, this is a cup match. This is a championship match, and you obviously don't want to get yourselves into trouble. But I think if Columbus do, I think if they are need to call upon a player from their bench, I think they're pretty set. And I think the same for LAFC as well. So Michelle Darlington Nagby on the broadcast. So Carlos Vela, we mentioned him earlier. Showing him on the broadcast right now. Big question this is his last game in Soccer USA was just talking about it. Does he come back next year? He's a veteran. He's been around the league for a while. And you have to wonder if this is it for him. He's had so many great memories with this club. So many memories and great memories in MLS. Um, he's won a cup with them. He's won MLS Cup. He's 34 years old, and yeah, he's a player that's been there since the beginning, of day one. He's a club legend. Season number 6 with them, obviously, with them from the beginning, and you wonder if this is his last go. I don't feel like he has much to prove. He like I said, he's won MLS Cup already. He's won a championship with his team, and yeah, you have to seriously think about what his future is. What's up, Daniel? Daniel say I can't wait for MLS Cup to be preempted by regular season college basketball. Well, that's not going to happen. I mean, it's on Apple TV, so no chance of preemption. Although Otani had to announce he's going to the Dodgers today of all days, so I say that kind of tongue in cheek. But I mean, obviously, no one knew that he was going to do it today. But guys, if you're watching, please retweet, please share the word. We want as many people in here as possible. Well, as we can, I should say. Love to chat and love to watch this match with you. Daniel, who do you think is going to win, by the way? Let me know. LAFC 1-0, Daniel says. See, I think it'll be 2-1. It'll be a 2-1 matchup. I think Atlanta. I think Columbus maybe scores, and then LAFC kind of takes the match by the horns and scores the next two. I think Vela and Wonga score. I think Vela and Wonga score for LAFC. So we got some special guests coming up later today, later during the show. Daniel Solana, he is from the This Is Football podcast down in Miami. He'll be joining me around the 15-minute mark, and then around halftime or thereabouts, we'll have the LA United Fan TV. Good fans of the show will be coming on later on today, around halftime, and then coming into the second half. So look forward to having the boys on as well, AJ and Mike. And then maybe some other special guests. We'll see. Working on a couple more, hopefully. So. Soccer USA, I'm getting nervous. My dogs are starting to notice. About 15 minutes till kickoff. I know everyone says everything is saying 4 o'clock, but it's not starting at 4 o'clock. It's starting at 4:10. 4:10 Eastern time. Tommy Moose, my co-host from the Scars and Spikes podcast, he is on site with Tyler Bilgren, my other co-host, and he says the place is crazy. 100-1 Columbus. I don't know about that. But it does say LAFC will score first, so I'm not sure 100-1 will happen. I mean, it could. Tommy, I'm just giving you a hard time. You know that. I bet it's a full house. I'm sure. You don't want to come late to MLS Cup. Actually, I'm just looking at the season pass right now. It looks pretty full. Wonder what you guys think of MLS season pass this year. I mean, a good product. I feel like plenty of improvement needing to be made. Obviously, it's year one, so there's some improvement need to be made. But yeah, for the most part, pretty good. To me, at least. to me. Yeah, so it's only 20K. Of course, it's full. I was talking a few minutes ago about the stadium itself. It's just it's a great atmosphere, a great place. I was there for like I said, a U.S. Men's Soccer World Cup qualifier. Just a terrific ground, just a really good ground out there in Columbus. And Columbus, I can't remember who was saying is. I think it was Andrew Wiebe, in fact, who was on with us this week. Columbus is kind of a place that you kind of make your pilgrimage to if you're a soccer fan or American soccer fan, I should say. The first soccer specific stadium in the world or in the country was Old Crew Stadium, or Historic Crew Stadium as it's called now. But it's been converted to their training ground. That was the first, like a soccer specific stadium in the U.S. Never went to Crew Stadium or Mafree, as it was known later in his tenure. Never went there. Always heard good things about it, but yeah, I had a chance to go to Lord.com Field, and yeah, really enjoyed my visit there. I want to ask, I know some of you are in here, how many of you were in Mercedes-Benz Stadium for MLS Cup 2023 or MLS Cup 2018? I was there 5 years ago. It was 5 years ago yesterday, in fact, where Atlanta United won their first MLS Cup and only MLS Cup to this point. And if you were on our Scarves and Spikes Twitter channel or Twitter page or X page, you saw some of the pictures being tweeted at us about their memories from 2018. And I remember being there as the supporter section and just the amount of people, the number of people there, just the noise, just the crowd, just being just full volume, just from the beginning. And certainly delivered, and it was a day to remember for me as not only a soccer fan but a sports fan as well. Of course, Atlanta winning that match against the Portland Timbers 2-1. So hopefully, if you're an Atlanta United fan, hopefully they get back there sooner rather than later. I know some are saying, the roster makeup and with Gonzalo Pineda as the manager, Atlanta United won't get back there anytime soon. With Carlos Bocanegra there, Atlanta United will have to wait a few years to get back to MLS Cup. I don't think so. I think they're closer than people think. You look at Garth Lagerwey coming in from Seattle, just his approach to roster building, his approach to roster management, construction, I think will be big for Atlanta United. And I know this is an MLS Cup watch along, but just kind of tying the strings together, I don't think Atlanta United will have to wait too long till they get back to MLS Cup. I think Garth Lagerwey will get them right, help get them back to where they were, and again bring in the players that he feels fits this roster profile. So just over a year on the job for Garth, and interested to see what year 3 looks like. He's had a lot of work to do, of course, with parting ways with players, just to kind of make things a little more palatable from a roster cap standpoint, for a financial standpoint. And it's not fun. But it's necessary, and I think we'll see the fruits of that labor sooner rather than later. Yeah, if you're in here, please retweet. Please let people know that we are doing this. We're about 10 minutes from kickoff. So yeah. Daniel asking who's my target to replace Miles and Almada. For Miles, I think he can look at a lot of players in MLS. I'm sure there'll be a lot of free agents who Atlanta United can pick from to choose from to replace Miles Robinson. Um, I mean, I don't have it in front of me right now, so I could tell you like the free agents that are available for or would be available for MLS. Actually, I just pulled up the 2024 free agency lists. So let's take a look at defenders, and there are some names actually that were interesting to me. I know I don't think it'll be like a big name. I think it will be a player that has been around MLS for a while, knows what it takes to win in this league, knows what it takes to get the job done on the back line. I'm just throwing these names out there. Brent Hallman is out of contract, a former Minnesota United player. Jonathan Mensah is out of contract, I believe, for the Quakes. Mensah is a veteran. Mensah has been around for a while. Granted, he's 33, so he's a bit older. Obviously, a little older than Miles, but he's a veteran, and I don't know if you bring him in for a couple of years to kind of bridge that gap between old and new. I know there are a lot of young players in Atlanta's system who can play defensively. This was a defensive back, that center back position. So maybe you choose him. Javier Arriaga from Seattle is out of contract after this season. Injury history, unfortunately, that might be a red flag for some teams, but Garth knows him. Pineda knows him, so they could bring him in. As for Almada, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they have targeted or they have names. I'm sure they have names that they can bring in, that they could bring in to replace him. So again, I don't have names in front of me. I'm gonna let the people that get paid to do that. But I think you hear kind of the philosophy is going away from buy low, sell high. That's not to say if you find a player that is coming up on his prime that could play for Atlanta United, that's not to say that Atlanta couldn't bring him in, but I'm sure there are names. They have to have names in place, just kind of sketched out and say, hey, if and when Almada does leave, this is who we're bringing in. So have to just wait and see what those plans are. Garrison Tubbs is a name that you brought up too, Daniel. Garrison Tubbs just graduated from Wake Forest, and he's from the Atlanta United Academy. So it could be, Atlanta could bring him in on a homegrown deal. I'm sure they want to keep him in the fold. I'm sure they want to keep him with the Atlanta United system. He has time with Atlanta United 2, 12 matches with Atlanta United 2. Back in their USL Championship days, not when they were playing in MLS Next Pro, back in their US Championship days. But he's done a terrific job defensively for Wake Forest, which has traditionally been a very strong collegiate program. And yeah, I think Atlanta United would be well served to bring him in on a homegrown player deal, I think. Question is if you wanted to develop, do you keep him in MLS Next Pro or do you loan him out and get him to a place where he can get consistent minutes and be challenged? Granted, that's why MLS Next Pro exists, to keep players within that system, within the MLS pyramid, like Don Garber was saying yesterday. And that being said, does it make sense to loan him out to get him some minutes? Bruno asking, was Miles Robinson for Wake Forest? No, you're close. I mean, he is also an ACC guy, but no, he went to Syracuse. Welcome in, Bruno, by the way. Good to have you. No, Miles went to Syracuse. Same conference, wrong team, Bruno. You're close. You're close. walkouts are happening right now. Bruno saying close enough. Close enough. Quite loud in Columbus. It is quite loud in Columbus, as Tommy was saying. So Bruno asking about the lineups. I don't know if there are any major surprises, to be honest with you. I think this is kind of, to some extent, what I expected from both teams from a lineup standpoint. I just pulled them up again because I forgot what they were. Gressel, who's been on the bench, remaining on the bench for Columbus, so it surprised me that they kept him on the bench. Ramirez has been in really good form off the bench. Yeah, Bruno, not too surprised that Gressel is on the bench. They may bring him in the second half, obviously. Since he's won an MLS Cup, so he knows this atmosphere. He knows, kind of the pressure involved in playing in a game like this. So yeah, I could see him coming into the second half. I don't know as a starter. He's been kind of a super sub for them. So I think just remaining in that mindset, in that super sub place, I don't think it's a huge surprise to me, just from a personal standpoint. Of course, we love Gressel, obviously. Gressel is our guy. Nagby is our guy from their times with Atlanta United. So, want to see them do well. Want to see them both do well. And Nagby certainly is doing well. And Gressel has bounced around kind of a little bit since leaving Atlanta United, DC, Vancouver, and now in Columbus, and now one win away from his second MLS Cup. All right, 2 minutes from kickoff. This tifo, the one and only, the original black and gold. So supporters with a obvious dig at LAFC and their colors. I like it. Good tifo. Good tifo. All right. Well, we're almost all set for kickoff here at lower.com field. And again, thanks for you guys joining me here today on the Scars and Spikes YouTube channel. Getting my ducks in a row here from my with my little streaming software. Like I said, I don't know if you guys missed it. I'm trying out some new. This isn't new streaming software. It's OBS. Is what it's called. It allows me to kind of add some things like this scoreboard and these graphics for you guys. So it works right now. Bruno asking, what's the last time in the away team won MLS Cup? Let me look it up. And Daniel asking Seattle and Toronto. I think Toronto won at home, But I'm just taking a look right now. Let's see. Yeah, well, that quite a bit. No, it's 2021. 2021. NYCFC beat Portland in penalties. So not long ago. Yeah, that was 1-1 after 90 minutes. Then that went to penalties. That was a year NYCFC were just unbeatable on the road. No one could beat them on the road. They played every match, I believe, on the road, or the first match on the road, everything else. First match at home, everything else on the road, and they just went right through and won the cup. And Sean Johnson was the MVP of that game, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then before that, Daniel, what you're talking about, that Seattle Toronto in 2016, the first time they played, of course, in 2018, Seattle won at home against Toronto TFC. Here we go. Kickoff from MLS Cup. Can LAFC make it back to back? The last time a team has won back to back MLS Cups, 2011 2012, LA Galaxy beating Houston 2011, and then in 2012, back to back against the same team. Has it happened since then? Let's see if LAFC can become the first to do it in over a decade. Columbus trying to turn it over. Columbus looked like they were on the break for a little bit there. Bruno, I'm going for I'm really for both teams. I think LAFC will win. I think LAFC will win. I don't know. I don't really have a preference between the two. If there's a preference, I would say Columbus because of Nagby and Gressel, but I'm very neutral. I believe LAFC will win though. Looks like the foul. Bill talking about like you're talking about teams repeating as MLS Cup winners. So last time was the Galaxy 2011 2012. Kansas City, Houston did it back to back. Kansas City has won MLS Cup twice, 2013, and then as the Kansas City Wizards in 2000. Bo saying, I can't stand either one, so whoever gets the most guys card off the field. Come on, Bo. Be nice. Be nice. It's LAFC now. Good steal. Nice. Yeah, it's a clear foul there. Palacios just gets him on the leg. Bruno, talking about asking about fourth DP. Um, I think um, MLS is going to have to come with a way to handle. There goes my mic. Open things up for teams to spend more money and bring in the talent that they feel can get the job done. So I think eventually you're going to have to see a fourth DP or something like that brought in. I think I don't know if it's a bad idea. I just think that they're going to have to find some way to open things up, especially with Messi here. I feel like teams are just kind of feeling each other out at this point. It's a good ball. Corner kick, Columbus. Thought they had something in there. Something on there, but apparently not. It's Nagby. Good ball. Yeah, I thought that was kind of looked like a handball to me. Well done by the crew to win it. Crew getting a lot of the ball here on this this offensive possession. They possess the ball really well. Ooh, I don't know if that's not a penalty. They're gonna look at that. That's a pretty healthy challenge in the box or close to it. I thought there certainly could have been a case for it for me. We'll have to see. Really like Aiden Morris. Really like his game. Very talented player. Good switch. That's a really good tackle. Chiellini. That was a really good switch by Columbus there, though. Nice work by Chiellini. Could be his final match ever. Good ball. That's brilliant. Down the left. Baton. Oh. That was a really good ball down the left channel, though. Daniel saying I'm behind the Fox feed. No, I'm watching the Apple TV feed. Yeah, I was watching the Apple TV feed, not Fox. Daniel, no spoilers. I don't know if you're ahead of me, but no spoilers, please. My clock is a little off. It's like by 2 seconds. Mm. IB lost the ball. You never see that. Good switch by LAFC. Vela. Mm. LA or Columbus can break. Oh, bad pass. LAFC were on the break. Columbus now. Oof. It's a foul. Apparently not. You nagged me to take one from distance today. Columbus has certainly had much better of the play today, or thus far, through the first 15 minutes. LAFC are kind of picking their spots, I think. Another block. Cross header, just high. Really good chance from Columbus there. The ball was sending well, just the header was just way off. It looked a lot closer live. I think he'll want that one back though, Morera. So I mentioned we have some special guests coming in, and please be joined by Danny Solana. Join us from Miami or you leave. Danny, how are you? I think you're muted. I think we're gonna let Danny have some mic issues, if I'm not mistaken. We'll bring him back in a little bit here. Check to see if he's good. All right, I think he's ready. Can you hear me? Or
Yes, sir. Now I can. Now
I
I
got
can.
you. How
All
are
right,
you?
man. Good, man. How are you?
Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate having you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Just watching this game right here. Can't tell you I like either
Likewise.
team because I'm not a big black and yellow guy, but that's because my arch nemesis in Uruguay is black and yellow. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got a few you're telling me you got a few Uruguayans on the team that you're looking at, or both teams though.
yeah, yeah. So on Columbus, we've got Diego Rossi, who used to play for
Mm.
LAFC and
Yeah.
actually won with LAFC, I believe, or he left right before they won last year. And then on LAFC, you got Kike Oliveira. He plays left wing.
Mm-hmm.
He was just called up to the national team the last few times by Marcelo Bielsa. So a
Mm-hmm.
couple guys battling it out here. Interesting for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Rossi has a little bit of a history with Atlanta. There's some rumors that he'd be signed by the Five Stripes, but ultimately he did return to MLS from Turkey, but he did go to Columbus, obviously. So a little bit of a running joke among Atlanta United fans. So tell us a little bit about you. Here's a chance for LAFC. Actually, hold on. Oh, cleared away by Columbus. But yeah, tell us a little bit about you, what you're up to, who you are, and yeah, your thoughts on the game
Absolutely,
so
man.
far.
Yeah, so I like you said on Twitter. I'm Daniel from This Is Football. Also, I work with another media company, or really it's a media team that follows Nacional in Uruguay. They're called Arriba Bolso. So a lot of my stuff is following Inter Miami, the MLS, and then also Uruguay in itself, and basically all types of Uruguayan players. And my buddies and I, about 10 months ago, we started a podcast called This Is Football, just because we love soccer and we just
Yeah.
want to promote more of it in the United States. That's really what what's all about. We've dedicated our lives to soccer, basically, whether it's been playing, coaching, refereeing, really any possible way that you can, give to the game. And the only thing we got left to give back, because our knees are done, is basically our knowledge and to talk about the game, right? So
Yeah.
we decided to start a podcast, and really it's just for for fun, and just to talk about just soccer. Really, that's about it.
Yeah, you're a South Florida guy, and soccer has there's been a lot of big soccer news from South Florida, I hear, over the past few weeks. Obviously being tongue in cheek about Messi and him coming to Inter Miami, and just watching from afar, just the impact that that's had, not just on MLS, but really South Florida. It's funny seeing the videos of him walking through the Publix, just trying to be a normal person, and people just wanting his autograph and all that. So
Yeah,
that's kind of tickled me.
it's been crazy. I'll tell you though, quick story. So my first ever MLS kind of like real game, I would say, in like the new MLS era, was at Mercedes-Benz Park, and I went to go see
Okay.
Atlanta United against who was it against? It was against DC United when Wayne Rooney was playing for DC United.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. Like, I sat in the fan section and in the supporter section at the
Oh, nice.
Mercedes-Benz. I was surprised that the fans were chanting in Spanish for like 75% of the game.
Yeah.
And like, even like the super like American would try like to learn the songs in Spanish and that. And it's interesting because in Inter Miami games, there's a big kind of rift between the fans that are majorly English speaking, and all the other ones which are mainly Spanish speaking. And they
Mhm.
complain that that there's no songs in English. But I didn't hear anybody complain in Atlanta about the songs being in English or Spanish.
Yeah.
They were there for the party, and that's what I love. I enjoyed that. So big ups to the black and red there. You guys really put something good on every game. I enjoyed it when I was up there. So
Yeah, no, it's a great place. It never gets old walking in there, seeing the atmosphere, taking in the atmosphere. Fortunately, the football hasn't been as good as the Atlanta United fans have come to expect for several reasons, but things kind of look to be trending. It kind of seems like on the right track. With Garth Lagaway, longtime executive in Seattle, coming to Atlanta as president CEO, kind of overseeing these. So exciting times in that regard. Several players from the in the transfer window being added. Winter transfer window will be really significant for Atlanta United. So
yeah.
looking forward to seeing what happens there and how that plays out. Of course, have a guy on your team, or formerly on your team, of course. Inter Miami, Joseph Martinez,
Mm-hmm.
a legend for Atlanta. Fortunately, they didn't quite work out with him, and Inter Miami is kind of out of contract at this time. So
Yeah. It looks like
yeah,
he's gonna be, maybe he's going back to Atlanta, or he might be looking at some other options. I don't know, but
yeah,
I mean, how do you guys feel about Gonzalo Pineda? Because I know at the beginning, when he kind of went in there, there was a lot of like back and forth with the fan base, and they didn't like his style. But
um,
I think you guys started playing a lot better towards the end of the season. And I mean, personally, I was watching a lot of
yeah,
Atlanta games. I like Thiago Almada a lot. I think he's a star.
uh-huh.
And so I like to watch a lot of your games, but I thought the team was getting it together. And I mean, do you think they're going to retain him? And if they do, allow him to like build his own type of team? And if that's the case, I would prefer to have a rivalry with Atlanta than with Orlando City, just
Yeah.
because I think it would be a much more fun rivalry if that were me. And plus, Suarez is coming here, Messi's here, and if you guys can get
Mm.
a couple players, it would be a nice rivalry, man. Inter Miami and Atlanta would be nice.
Kucha just had quite a hit from distance,
I
but
saw
it
that. I
went
saw
out
that.
of blows. Yeah, so out of play. So yeah, talking about Pineda, he'll be headed into, and the Atlanta Journal Constitution here wrote about it. He'll be headed into his final season, final year of his contract is what I'm trying to say. And Lagerway president and CEO saying we're not going to negotiate his contract during the season. And to me, I took it as the expectations have been laid out for Pineda, and if he doesn't deliver, he's gone. Simple as that. I think it's good that Atlanta brought him back just from a continuity standpoint. That's a deflection, quarter kick for Columbus, or goal kick. I thought
Yeah, they
deflected
gave a
off
goal
a
kick.
LAFC player.
Yeah.
But anyway, Pineda is under contract through the of 2024. Bocanegra, technical director, under contract until 2025, and Lagroy saying we're not going to negotiate during the season. So that tells me, here's the expectations. If you don't meet them, you're gone. I think more so from Pineda, I think he's saying, we're going to bring in the players that kind of fit your style and the
Right.
players that you want to bring in. And, really no excuses from here on out. You made the playoffs, yes, but you kind of crashed out in the first round. I say crash because I don't know how many people expected them to beat the Crew, but yeah, they went out in the first round where the goal was a top 4 spot, a top 4 finish in the Eastern Conference. They didn't do that. And so I think what Glagroy is saying is, okay, you have your players now, or we're going to bring you your players. If you don't deliver, you're gone. So, look at this.
Oof.
That was a really good ball in the box.
Really
or toward
good,
the box, really. Let's see, yeah. But, yeah, I think the die has been cast and the expectations have been placed.
Absolutely.
Gotta ask you too. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, never mind. I gotta ask you too. Tata Martino, of course,
Absolutely.
well loved in Atlanta. Looks like he has Messi, Suarez coming in as well. Benja Kramaski, one of the real young talents in MLS. Binational player, U.S. Argentina. So interested to see who he picks when it's all said and done. If either side comes calling, but they have a lot of good pieces outside of Messi, outside of Suarez, outside of Jordi Alba. A lot of good pieces there. A lot of good young players in the fold. So interested to see what Martino does with him heading into his first full season with Inter Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could tell you. Oh, there, here, Rosti has the ball. He's in the box. Oh, what a shot! Oh, almost side netting
I think,
outside, but
yeah,
I
I
might
think
be a
you're a
little
little
bit
ahead of
ahead.
me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
a
just
little
saw
bit.
it.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, you basically said it. I mean, obviously, we're going into a new season where Messi's gonna have a full preseason, under Tata Martino after resting what'll be probably the longest rest of his entire career. I think he's gonna have 2 full months of rest. And I don't think he's ever rested that since he was, like 16 years old, due to the calendar and all that. So, having that, bringing in Suarez to replace, Joseph Martinez, who a lot of folks thought, he was going to pair up really nicely with Messi, but he never really seemed to really hit it off with Messi, and Messi seemed to play a little bit better with Leonardo Campana, who's one of our young DPs,
Yeah.
Ecuadorian player who the management here really thinks highly of. And you said it. I mean, you add in the young guys, and I was a big proponent, when Neville was in charge of playing the young guys. I was maybe looked at negatively because I would always go out against a team and say, play the young guys, play the young guys. There's a lot of young talent in Miami that really deserve to get up there, and with the team not performing as well, I thought it should have been a little bit more on the young guys, to show a little bit more face. And I was not happy with some of the signings that they did last offseason. Like I said, I was looking forward to a Benjamin Kremaski, to a Ian Frey, who unfortunately tore his ACL again, to Leonardo Campana and some other guys that we brought in, to play. There's going to be a lot of turnover this offseason. There's going to be players that are most likely not going to be back, some trades and things like that. So I'm really interested to see what Chris Henderson's going to do this offseason, because there's a lot of folks who I know are out of a contract or probably don't fit into the plans in the future. And some of those might be, some of the fan favorites. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It's definitely going to be a really interesting 2024. So I don't know if you saw, but Miami announced that they already
great
have
balls. Columbus here. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're
Quarter
good.
kick.
Yeah, Miami announced that they're going to play a couple of friendlies. They have a 2024 preseason tour in Hong Kong already, so they're going to play, I guess, the national team of Hong Kong. And that's pretty crazy.
Nice.
I've never heard of an MLS team playing national teams before, right?
Yeah, I haven't either. I think they're just again trying to capitalize on the popularity of Messi, and
Absolutely.
it's gonna be really interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, so
Um, so Suarez coming to Inter Miami, it looks like. Of course, the big story at, of course, Uruguayan player. Of course, the big story is the news that came out that he was talking about his knees and what's the issues that he's been having with them. Of course, he has there. Some of the talk is about. Some of the talk is about kind of the controversy has been involved in different other players and things like that. So, just from your vantage point, do you think that this move will work out for Miami? If so, what? Why or why not? I guess.
yeah, I mean, I'm glad. I mean, you brought up his troubles, and I'm I don't think he's a perfect player, and I don't think anybody really is a perfect player. Everybody has their faults,
Mm.
and again, I'm not trying to. Ooh, looks like a handball penalty. Oof, you're gonna catch it right now. Penalty for
Oh,
Columbus.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Look,
wow.
absolutely,
Penalty
and
for
that
Columbus.
that stinks for LAFC. Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Off the
And
arm.
not to get off topic, but and I'm not sure if you're much of
Yeah.
a gambler at all, but I don't know if you saw what there was like a oof, that's super unlucky off of his chest. Hey, but look, there's a Uruguayan playing a key role,
Oh,
getting a
yeah. That's
penalty for
100% handball.
yeah, yeah.
100% handball.
I'm assuming Cucho's going to take the penalty, or maybe
Yeah.
Darlington, one of the two.
No,
But
Cucho all the way. Cucho all the way.
yeah, absolutely. So
It
yeah,
could
but
be
I
one
was
nil
gonna say
Columbus here.
it could be 1-0. So yeah, but the gambling, there was a special today. It was like both teams score and there's at least 3 goals in the game. And I was talking to my brother about it. Ooh, that sounds like a good,
Yeah.
if you're a gambler, it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But usually in finals, it's a 1-0 game or 0-0. And so I didn't take it, but I don't know. We could get some goals in this game. Both,
Yeah, we'll see.
LAFC is known for scoring, and yeah, we'll see. But about Suarez, yeah, so I mean, I just want to. I think it's going to be good. In one sense, I know some of the fan base not happy because of the what he said about his knees, him saying he can't play with his sons anymore a lot, and things like that. But
Mm.
I think everywhere where he's gone, he's proven people wrong, and he's shutting people's mouths up. And he has had trouble, with the
Yeah.
biting, with some of the racism and things like that. But I think at the end of the day, if you really read about the player, if you see the humble beginnings he comes from. Like I said, not every player is perfect, and every player has their whatever, if it's their psychological issues or whatever. I think he's just tried to do better, and he's always been trying to do better. And he's just a really passionate guy when it comes to playing the game. So again, that's my thing. I think it'll work out for Miami, and really, I think that's been the plan between him and Messi all along, has been to return
Yeah.
together, or to retire together. There it is, 1-0, 1-0 Columbus. Wow.
Yep, there it is. That's the start they needed, Columbus.
Absolutely.
That's the start they
And
needed.
yeah, and their keeper's been on fire this playoffs. He has
Yeah.
been
Really has.
unreal. Yeah.
Really has.
Wow. Is that something that Atlanta is going to look to get something? Because I know Guzan is getting up there in age, but he's been a pillar. He's been standout since he's moved back from Europe, and he's been playing with Atlanta. Is he going to stay there? Or?
That's the big question. He said he's going to talk to his family and then to the team and kind of give his decision. So,
I
yeah,
think
that's
he
a
would be
handball.
he would be one of the biggest losses, maybe after Joseph Martinez
Yeah.
for the team, just for what he has been since he's come back. I mean, he's been a fan favorite, and he's been stellar in the goal. So man, how awesome does it have to be to score a goal in your home field in a cup final, huh?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I think it back to 2018 when Atlanta won 2-0 against
Yeah,
Portland. Yeah, that was a special day for Atlanta United.
absolutely. Especially I think it was the
5 years
wasn't
ago
it
yesterday.
inaugural year, right?
A second
Or
year.
second year? Yeah, unbelievable. So
Yeah, Joseph scored at that game, and Franco Escobar scored at that game. He's with Houston now, but
you guys have had some fantastic players, man. I mean,
yeah,
Miguel Almiron was unbelievable. The Greek god that you guys have, he's been great
yeah,
as a forward, man. He's been
Yakimakis,
unbelievable.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
he's had a couple of knots during the season. I think a couple of things have carried over. But yeah, I think he's gonna be he's gonna come very good. He's come good already for this team. Um, yeah, I mean, almost won the Golden Boot for Atlanta United or with Atlanta United. But I think with preseason, I think with some time to rest and recover in the off season, he'll be good.
Absolutely,
I
absolutely. You
think.
know, one of the guys we had on from Atlanta United, we had on our show was Juanjo Purata, the defender.
Uh huh.
We
Yeah.
had him on towards the right before Atlanta United came to play Inter Miami the first time, and not really nice guy.
Mm.
Looks like I don't know if he got a lot of opportunities this year or not, but I know when we spoke to him, he wanted to try to get back to the national team for Copa America and all that. So I don't know if he'll get a lot of opportunities next year, but he was a
So
super nice
he's
guy.
going back. He's going back to Tigres. He's going back to
Oh, he is.
Tigres. Yeah, he was on loan, and Atlanta United decided not to make his loan permanent with the team, so he is going back to Liga MX.
Nice. Well,
Um,
good.
so
Good luck to
kind
him.
of yeah, definitely. Now it's raining in Columbus. Yeah,
Pouring.
they're calling for rain. They're calling for showers. So we'll see how the weather kind of factors into things here.
Absolutely. Yeah, wet field, nice and cold. It's not easy to play. First, not easy to play in the cold.
Right.
And then you put some freezing rain in it, and it gets a little bit tougher. So, um, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Looks like Columbus is favored to win 68%. That's what it says on my TV right now. But I don't know, man.
68%
Yeah, 68
probability.
to Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't think you can rule out a team that's got Carlos Vela on it and an LAFC team who might have looked like they weren't maybe set up to repeat, but man, towards the end of the season, they just came on fire again. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
another
played
one.
in love.
Oh, 2-0. Wow, what a ball! Wow,
Great
what
ball.
a
Yeah,
ball!
great ball.
Woo!
2-0 Columbus. Wow.
Wow, wow! It could be a blowout. This could be a blowout. Torundolo's gonna have
Lorera,
to adjust. Wow.
Lorera missed a header earlier, but making good on his chance this time.
Oh
Fantastic
yeah.
goal. Fantastic sequence by Columbus there.
Wow. What a great ball. What a great ball.
Uh huh.
So if Columbus wins, I heard Darlington Nagbe, I think, can win his fifth or his sixth MLS Cup. That's that's gotta
Um.
be a that's
Yeah, he won
crazy.
with
That's
it.
gotta be a
Won
crazy
with
record.
Atlanta. He won with
Yeah.
Atlanta. Won with
He
Port.
won with Portland. Yeah.
Um. Let me double check. No, he won with Portland. Won with Atlanta. So this will be his third actually.
Third?
This would be his third. Yeah. Or his fourth. I'm sorry. You're right,
Yeah, I
Bruno.
think
His
I think it
fourth.
was fourth. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
2020. 2020. That's still a lot though.
Uh,
He's
Yeah.
just a terrific Darnold is just a terrific player.
Unbelievable. I
He's
mean,
so
he's
easy to root for.
so easy. It's so I'm so surprised that he stayed like as a career MLS player because in his career when he played for Portland, I thought he was going to have a chance to maybe go to Europe or maybe
Mm.
even to South, somewhere else and get a chance somewhere else. Even when he had some caps for the national team there, he had a few years where he had some caps, but he never got his chance to go abroad, which I thought was really weird. So hey, he might go down as
Yeah.
probably one of the all-time greatest MLS
Oh
players.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And people talk about the national team and the number of times he's turned down the national team just to I guess for personal reasons to stay with family, to be closer to family. I think that's part of why, you know, this is his home. You know,
Absolutely,
he's
absolutely.
found his place in MLS and going overseas will be being away from his family in Ohio and all of that. So I think he's perfectly content to play in MLS, and I think he's certainly received offers throughout his career, but I feel like he's just turned them down and said, I'm good in MLS. But I agree.
Hey,
If he wanted to, I'm sure he could have played.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I was reading here, so Apparently, and I didn't know that much about him, but apparently he went to Akron, and
Yeah.
then he started his career with the Cleveland Internationals. So, man, what a story that'll be if he were to win for if he wins with Columbus today. To say, he's able to win it with his home team.
Yeah,
Uh,
he won in 2020 during the
okay, yeah,
COVID year. So
right,
yeah,
right,
this
right.
will be
But
number
but
two, fourth
But
overall.
I don't think he won. Like I don't think he played with them, or because I was listening to the pregame before, and they were mentioning that when he got there in 2020, I guess he got there a couple days before. I don't know. I was reading something. I don't know if he ended up playing with the team that season or not.
No, I think
Um,
he did. He did.
he did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, it said he missed the MLS Cup final with coronavirus. That's
Nice.
what it was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what it
And
was.
COVID.
So,
Yeah.
and they won. They won. So he won his third cup. I'm reading it right now. But so, I mean, now, oh, they got a, let's see. Oh, it was a replay, the replay. But oof, man, 2-0 going into the half at home. I
Yeah,
mean, and I don't
exactly.
think Columbus has given up. I don't think Columbus has given up a goal all playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. And I could be
No, they
wrong,
have.
but
They have.
they have. Okay,
Yeah. So they lost to Atlanta, in
in
the
the
first
home and
round.
homes, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So they lost to Atlanta in game two, and
that
then
was
they went down. They went down 2-0 to um Cincinnati. Went down 2-0 to Cincinnati. Get back to win. Or I could have that reversed. My memory's a little foggy.
happens,
Yeah,
man.
they went two. They went
It's
two
been a
down.
long
Two
MLS
0
season,
down
hasn't it?
Cincinnati. Yeah, they went 2-0 down Cincinnati. He scored twice, and then Christian Ramirez scored in extra time. Could have a third here.
Oof. Yeah, it looks like to me right now, Columbus is just kind of content
LAFC
with
are on their heels.
yeah, just touching the ball and just letting LA kind of like attack them, looking for spaces. Um, man, they just look so comfy playing at home.
They do.
How do you feel about do you and again, I don't I mean I wasn't too happy with the MLS playoff format this year. I don't know if you were like I thought
Yeah.
the first round was really, really weird, and then to go back to a single elimination after that first round was even more
Mm.
weird. And then that I think they should play the MLS Cup in a like a random location. No, I
Just a
mean
neutral location.
yeah, like a neutral site.
Yeah. My big thing is several teams who swept their opponent in the first round had to wait 3 weeks to
I know
play again.
that's crazy. That's
So
what I'm saying. And then it was like okay, quarterfinal, semifinal, final, like literally like all in a week and a half because they just finished
yeah,
playing like a few days
yeah,
ago the semifinal. So yeah, I'm okay with like a home and home, and like maybe
yeah.
they do everything even in the final. I would be okay if they want to do it at home. I'd be okay with a home and home. That way each team gets to see their team, right?
Are you talking?
If not, yeah, or if not, do it in a neutral field. I'm
So
talking
are you
about the
talking
whole
about
playoffs.
aggregate?
Whole
Are you
playoffs.
talking about
Yeah,
return to aggregate scoring?
absolutely.
I mean, I wouldn't be against that.
But
I don't think I'd
where
be
the away
against it.
goals don't count. Similar to how FIFA
Away
does it
goals
now,
don't
right?
count.
Yeah, similar to
Yeah,
how they
yeah,
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sure, the players association and the players. I think the big thing with the players is just adds on matches to the season. You played 34 matches as it is. LAFC have played something like 50 plus matches, 52 or 53 matches with Open Cup, with Leagues Cup, with
Yeah,
Champions
with
League.
Champions League, yeah.
Yeah, so that's over 50 matches. And, the players have made no secret about the fact that, we don't like it, but, it is what it is, essentially. So I think
I had
that's
a
their
crazy
mindset.
idea. I had a crazy idea. I know nobody will ever go for it in the MLS, but I think we're at the point where we have enough teams where if we were to add two or three more, you could make two divisions within MLS, and you would
Mm-hmm.
have a kind of like relegation and ascending
Yeah.
things like that. I think like you because we're almost at what 30 something teams. Once you get to 40, you could essentially create two leagues of 20 and you can just close it out and just have them go up and down. But
The owners probably won't like that, especially with how much money it costs to get an expansion club in MLS. Owners won't go for that. I
yeah,
don't think.
but if it's still a closed system, like for example, if it's like no matter what, you're in the MLS, but you're MLS 1, MLS 2, it would just make it more
Yeah.
interesting. Like maybe you can have like 38 games where you play home and home, 38 games like every other schedule or
Mm.
every other league. Oof, LAFC almost got one there. If they get
What a
one before half,
chance.
oh,
Yeah.
oh no, you
What
cannot
a
miss
penalty.
that, buddy. You cannot miss that.
Yeah.
Oh, here goes Cucho. Oh, nice save. I haven't seen Vela run that hard in probably like 10
Yeah.
years.
Vela facing himself a defender.
Oh man.
No, but the USL, I think, is exploring Pro Rel
I saw that.
within
I
their
saw that.
system. So we'll see. Yeah, Daniel's saying, like I was saying, it costs like $500 million to get a club in MLS. So I don't think Pro Rel will happen anytime soon in MLS, but it could in USL.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I think naturally for the sport to grow here, I think at some point they need to get there. But the MLS is just set up so well in terms of like they just set it up so well way back when they started as a business that
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be so tough to like undo what they already have
Yeah.
done and go to a pro rel format. I don't think it's really possible unless you really blow it up, and that's not gonna happen. Um,
Yeah.
but eventually, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with all the teams. Like I'm like Miami this year. I don't think they played Vancouver, which stinks because you don't get to see
Mm.
every team every year. So I don't know
Yeah.
what they're going to do eventually. I mean, like we got to see like Atlanta 3 or 4 times this year, but we never played Vancouver. I'd rather only play Atlanta once or twice and then play Vancouver once. Um,
Yeah.
I don't. That's my opinion. I don't know. I have some gripes with the MLS about scheduling and stuff,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
I
that's one
think
of the
everybody
questions.
does, right?
Yeah, that's one of the questions that I was asked about the schedule and all of that, and why certain things are the way they are. So I think that's something else that will be discussed as part of this, or in the future, I should say. So
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this. I think there's a big soccer revolution going on in the United States right now, and I
mm,
think MLS is looking to capitalize on Messi coming. Um, and
yeah,
not only that, they're trying to get other players of his caliber. I know, like for example, like a Suarez is coming. You've seen Modric being rumored. You see Lewandowski being rumored coming. So
mm,
you've got players of these great calibers, and they still got a couple years left. It's not like the retirement league that it was once when you had players like Andrea Pirlo coming to really retire. Schweinsteiger coming. I mean, these players still got a couple years left within them.
yeah,
So I think the MLS is really going to try to capitalize on that, and I mean you're going to see a big boom over the next couple of years, and I think you're
mm.
already seeing it today. Have you seen the videos that have come out of the fan bases um, outside of Lower.com Field?
Yeah. I see
Both of
some of
them,
them.
it was crazy, man. I've never seen
Yeah,
that for an MLS game. It was awesome.
I mean, LA United is pretty hyped too. So
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you guys get that a lot in Atlanta for the home team, but have you guys seen like an away team show up like that to a game? Like I wish it was like that every weekend, like
yeah,
and it's only especially like that for like an LAFC LA Galaxy game or
right.
for a rivalry type of game. You don't see that every week, and it would be great to see it, yeah, you see it going to the stadium every week for your team, but you never see it for the away team, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. It's nothing like MLS Cup. Obviously, it's a regular season match. But Charlotte FC, when they came in, there's a chance possibly Kwame has the
Oh,
ball.
oh, there it is. Oh man.
That's close.
That would have been it.
Wow, that's close.
And look, see, that
That
was the
was
other
that was a
Uruguayan.
chance. They get a quarter though.
They do. There goes Vela if he's gonna go take it. It's gonna be the last one of the half. So if
Yeah.
they get a goal. This could be a huge momentum shift for the second half.
For sure.
Man, we'll see what happens here. If I'm Columbus, I got all 10 guys in the box. Oh man, this is crazy. These types of players are always kind of crazy, man.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh man, no shot. Oh, come on, man. Last play. Oh, that's it.
Not
Halftime.
much in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
2-0, man. Oh
That's.
man.
I wasn't expecting 2-0 Columbus.
Me
I
either.
was
I was
not
expecting
expecting
1-1,
that.
0-0, but wow. They came ready to play, man.
Yeah, they did. They really did. Well, Daniel, I'm going to let you go. I really appreciate you coming on, and thanks for joining me. And hopefully during the regular season, 2024 season, we can have you back on. I'll have my co-host on, and we can chat. So,
absolutely, man. Again. I appreciate you. Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much.
Yes, sir. Cheers.
All right, man. See you.
So 1-2 the score from Lord.com Field in Columbus, as Columbus just has stunned LAFC. I was not expecting 2-1, I'll say. So we have another guest coming on, and probably no introduction needed. AJ from Atlanta United Fan TV. What's up, AJ?
What's up, Sid? How are you?
Good, man. Good, man. Good to have you. 2-0 Crew. Were you expecting that, or?
Okay, so my bracket has Columbus as the winner, and but I do want this to be interesting. And so I was hoping for LAFC to score a couple times right after the first goal, and then right before halftime, and they did not. There should have been a pullback right before they got the corner, but didn't happen. Yeah, it's a commanding lead, even though 2-0 is dangerous as a scoreline, but still.
We saw Cincinnati take a 2-0 lead at home. Columbus came back 1-3-2 in extra time. And Elliot on the road, and LAFC will be looking to do the same. LAFC certainly have the firepower to do it.
They do, especially on the counter. Yeah. And so it should be a spicy second half, but yeah, I mean, it's like the issue is, can LAFC generate enough chances? And I mean, yeah, the urgency is there, but I think the more that they try to go forward, the more that they open themselves up. And this could be 4-0, like some of my buddies here are saying.
So, fellas.
But and Mike is here too. He can give some thoughts.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, Sydney, how you doing?
Good, man. What's the drink of choice today?
Let's see. This is one that AJ brought.
The dirty bastard.
It's called Dirty Bastard. from Michigan, I think this one's from.
Michigan. So, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, not as spectacular of a game. It's not. I mean, it's never going to measure up to last year's. It never was going to. That's very hard to do. No, I wasn't hoping for more broken legs, but I mean, like, the drama of that game is very, very hard to replicate. So I don't think that's going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen, but still, like AJ said, I was hoping for a lot of goals, a lot of excitement, maybe some drama. I mean, the penalty is a bit of drama there, but I think that the call was fair. I have thoughts on that. AJ's thoughts on that. We'll get to that. But yeah, I mean, like, to the point earlier about, like, ES Columbus came back from, like, a similar deficit in their game against Cincinnati. Like, the gulf between Cincinnati and Columbus is very different from the gulf between Columbus and LAFC. I think you just have stark different teams. Columbus should run away with this, whereas Cincinnati was hanging on. And Columbus had the ability to come back. Yeah, to your point, LAFC does have the firepower to come back, and they can make something happen. But I don't know if they can consistently make it happen like Columbus can. I don't think they, like, Denny Bouanga is definitely good for a goal or two, but 3, 4, I don't know about that. And Columbus is shaping up to give you just that amount.
Yeah. So, I'll ask you guys this. Was it a penalty on LAFC?
Here, I'll let AJ get into it.
Oh, man. Okay.
What do you think?
I think it's incredibly harsh. I don't think they knew anything about it. I mean, it's so close. It's like you don't have even time to react. I feel like it's a fairly natural hand position when you're defending somebody, even if it's in the box. Like, you're trying to put off a player, and this thing's like reversed, so I can't set it. Cool. But anyway, and I had a drink, so maybe that. Yeah. But
I remember my first beer.
I know, right? But yeah, and so it's like cheers. Thank you. But it's essentially, this is gonna, like, fall into the fire. Hold on.
You have, like, a selfie stick or anything like that, or?
Yeah, it's a selfie stick, but it's, like, right on top of a fireplace thing. That's like, my phone is. I'm a little perturbed. This thing's not the most strongest foundation, but yeah, and so, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Well, yeah, that's what we're talking about. The handball is just harsh, man. There's no way that the LAFC player had enough time to even react. And yes, it is a handball in the box, but like basically, it's like if they score 2 goals, but they lose by 1 goal,
right?
Like LAFC is gonna feel very hard done, and I think they have an argument.
I think you look at letter of the law, right? You mentioned it. I mean, no doubt it's a handball, but I mean, I feel like I agree with you. Like, what's he supposed to do? I mean, he knows absolutely nothing about it. It just hits him on the arm, off his chest. So maybe was a bit unlucky in that moment, but unfortunately, it doesn't go to VAR, and Kitchell, of course, scoring for the spot to make it 1-0. The second goal was just a well taken sequence by Columbus, and I think they really have LAFC on their heels. I thought LAFC would be more up for it than they were today. They just have been flat, and they've barely had chances. And I feel like just Columbus has just ridden the crowd of dominate this match. Now, I mentioned it before. They were kind of in this reverse situation against Cincinnati in the Eastern Conference Finals, down 2-0, and they came back to win 3-2. So Nancy is probably saying, "Hey, we were in this position before, so say they didn't have the Cincy, it could happen to us just as easily, especially with the players that, like we said, LAC have." And this could be. Imagine if they scored the corner end of the half. It's 2-1, a whole different match. So.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to go for that bike, and I feel like he should have, but it just was not enough space, I guess, where he wasn't brave enough to go for it. But it's that, like, I think this second half is going to be, there's going to be some goals. There's probably going to be, I'm going to go on a limb and say there's 3 goals, and that might decide the winner. So,
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
I said 2-1 LAFC. That's obviously not going to happen, but
obviously not now anymore. But
yeah, LAFC they have to score the first goal. I mean, they have to score quickly at the locker room. If they don't, I mean, they could get away from it.
Right.
The further this game goes on, obviously, the more the clock will be an enemy. So they have to strike early, and can't wait too long to get on the scoreboard. Right now, they're just on their heels. And, so
it's this. It's like, Columbus. We know they're just so good on the ball, and I mean, as it stands right now, we're the only team to have beat them at home in the playoffs. So that ain't too bad. That's it's definitely something that we can hang our hat on to a degree, and for whatever it's worth. But it's it always looks less bad, right, if you go out to the eventual champions. So as it stands, we'll take it, I guess, as LA United fans. But and it's also this LAFC. As far as being an Atlanta United fan, I don't want them to be a better, new franchise. And I mean, this goes a long way, I feel like, in that regard. Of yes, they do have. I would argue, yes, they have a better beginning to their, expansion, but it's like, like this gives us hope. if we still say we win one, we win another MLS Cup before they do. It's like, okay, that helps.
Yeah,
but it's I think Seattle still is probably far and away the best expansion side ever, which begrudgingly I have to say, but
right. Showing Bedoya getting the I guess goal strike progress. Do you think he comes back to Philly next year?
I think he comes back as a coach or something. I don't know if he
no, as a player.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back as a player. I mean, he's. I think there's a possibility. I mean, I think he's maybe got some legs, but does he? I mean, it's the thing. It's like Are they going to blow up Philly?
Mm.
Maybe.
I mean, Wagner. I mean, the crap that's going on with him. I don't think he'll be back. Bedoya is another player. Yeah, several names that may or may not be back next year. So could be a real turning point. And with the talent they have, they haven't won MLS Cup. I mean, they came close, obviously. Right. Came seconds away from winning MLS Cup.
Yeah.
But with the talent they have, he's never got over the hump. So
it's as much as Tottenham are bottlers, Philly are as well. And that's my customary dig. Anytime.
Yeah, so I'm an American football fan, the Buffalo Bills. So Spurs are kind of like
the
Bills.
90s.
The Bills
were not kind to the Bills.
No, not at all. Yeah. Not at all.
They were the Braves, unfortunately, in the 90s until we finally got our championship in '95. But you're a Mets fan, right? So it's
that too.
yeah. So you were probably fine with
that, right?
Yeah.
So kind of switching to Atlanta United. I know you and Mike did a video the other day, just kind of talking about what Largo was saying, with Pineda and Bocanegra coming back. My main thing was with Pineda, right? Pineda, this is final year of his contract, and Garth saying, we're not going to negotiate during the year. So I feel like, and just love you and Mike's thoughts on this. I feel like, he's saying, okay, we're going to give you the players that fit your profile. We're not just going to bring in any player for any amount of money, just throw our money around. We're going to think logically about this and bring in players that fit your technical mindset, your technical philosophy. And if you don't get it done, then we're going to part ways with you. Yeah. And I feel like the die has been cast, and Garth has made no bones about it. We're not going to negotiate your contract yet because we want to see how this season plays out. And if things don't trend in the right direction, maybe around the time of mid-season or something like that, by the time the summer winter rolls around, I think he'll be gone. So, yeah, like I said, I think the die has been cast in that regard, and Garth really stating his intent there without actually coming right out and saying it. But, I mean, we can kind of read between the lines, right? Thinking about what the situation is.
And it's that. It's like, Pineda, he's divided opinion, obviously. And, with the playoff loss, I mean, could be the eventual champions. It's still the first and third game definitely brought a lot of questions about his tactical prowess. And, fans have called for his head as well in this offseason. And I think with good reason. I mean, it's like he's not exactly fully inspired confidence. And, you have a Columbus Crew team that basically got and went for what they want and got what they want in Wilfred Nancy. Poaching away a really, really good coach up and coming with CF Montreal. And then, now they're on the cusp of winning the final. It's one of those things like, what was stopping us from doing it? Like, there's nothing.
How did Nancy get out of Montreal? I mean, he was an issue. He had issues with the leadership and the ownership, but still, how did Columbus get him out of there?
Exactly, and then
Montreal ownership's like watching this, like, my goodness, we blew it. It's like they're the best coach they've had in years, and now he's in Columbus, like you said, on the verge of winning MLS Cup, unless they bottle.
That's gotta hurt from a CF Montreal side standpoint. And I mean, but that's the thing. It's like, okay, so Atlanta United probably needs to look at this in that respect of like, okay, well, what other coaches around the league are up and coming that that we can poach possibly if Pineda doesn't work out. And it's one of those, like when we had every first team player in our 11 that was meant to be part of that starting 11, we looked really, really but ultimately still we had a lot of holes, and Columbus Crew exploited them. And I think that's something that we need to look at as like, okay, this offseason, especially with the uncertainty of Thiago Almada as well, saying that I want to go now, now at this window, now. It's definitely brings up even more questions. And I mean, the good thing though, I think, is okay. Well, no one as young and as talented as Thiago Almada can be brought in. I think number 10s are a premium around the world. Like there's, or maybe that's not the right term, but there are a lot of number 10s that teams can bring in, and like that's something that is a plenty.
Yeah,
good defenders that aren't too good for MLS. Good goalkeepers that aren't too good for MLS. That's really difficult to really do, and that's kind of the question: is how do we solidify our backline so that we're not so leaky? Because like we were living up to Darren Eales' ethos that basically like in his steed posthumously, like we're doing. But
does Brad come back next year, do you think?
I think it does. I think Mike, he's mentioned like it'd be really great if you took a pay cut and maybe was kind of took a little bit of a step back, maybe a cup keeper, or like was a mentor to maybe a younger keeper that doesn't play every single match.
That's my hope.
But it's tough. I don't see how Brad Guzan would do that. But,
yeah, exactly. Like I said myself, just his pride. I mean, not in a bad way, but here's Cucho. Good save, Creepo.
I think Brad is also renegotiating.
Just for me, just the pride that Brad has. He's not going
So
to
he's already taken
here we go again. Oh, man. Almost 3-0 Columbus. Columbus aren't laying their foot at the gas pedal at all.
Oh.
I think I'm ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
I think Brad, just the type of player he is, he's either going to want to start or nothing. He'd sooner retire than take a spot as a backup. So
it's a tough thing with Brad Guzan, man. Like he's our longest standing captain.
Yeah.
Obviously he's maybe not as revered as Michael Parkhurst in that regard, but he's a club legend.
It's like probably that last bond for the 2018 team.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, like Miles Robinson, the other guy, and but he's as good as gone too. And it's just a matter of I think we've been needing to refresh and retool, and Columbus Crew, I think, show a really great example of how you do that mid-season, and get to the final. I mean, from a 2020 MLS Cup MVP with Lucas Solarian, his exit, bring in Diego Rossi, and I think that's a really interesting storyline because Diego Rossi, obviously former LAFC player, that is such a Neymar dive a little bit. Wow. So dramatic. Oh my god.
His leg was amputated.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway.
I hate to laugh, but I mean
that it's never as bad.
That's a pretty healthy tag on Vera. To be fair.
Yeah. I mean, are we gonna have another broken leg?
Ooh.
Like you said, like hate to laugh, but it's like I don't know. Like it's on the ground dragging.
There's contact.
Yeah, there's contact, but it's on the ground. It's a trailing leg. Like nah.
Cucho's a fish up and out of water.
Yeah.
It was incredibly good.
Yeah. Oh, and he got a finger on that, and a header. Dang. I mean, LAFC staying in the game. I'm hoping they still stay in the game because again, I want maximum entertainment.
Oh, Kucha's
as a neutral. I know he's up. He's
Miraculous
walking.
recovery.
Exactly.
Miraculous recovery.
Yep.
Vela apparently shark attacked his leg.
There we go. Counter now. Yeah, really hoping.
Denny's on the hunt there.
Stop that. But yeah, in terms of your cohorts, where are they in the stadium? Are they?
They're in the press box.
In the press box. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Here we go. Let's see. Come on. Make this interesting. They're not throwing enough men forward, which I'm a little surprised. Yeah.
You think they have a kitchen sink at this point?
Right. Especially, it's like you get any attack, just go.
What is that?
What do you have to lose?
Wasn't aiming at that. Yeah, it was. Creepy bird action. That's just what birds do. It's like creepy bird.
I don't know if you can hear this side chatter.
I can kind of hear it. A little bit of it.
Yeah.
Broadcasting to the internet agrees. Yeah.
And a commentary there.
Yeah. We're talking about birds over here because LAFC refused to score. So
ornithological discussion going on.
Yeah. Right.
LAFC should really be going after everything.
Pretty much.
Pushing, fighting, tackling. It doesn't matter if you get a yellow card. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm
going to let you guys enjoy the second half here, but really appreciate you stopping by and hanging.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks so much for having us on. But
of course. Yeah. Cheers, man.
So much, man.
Bye.
Cheers, man.
Take care.
Later.
See ya.
You too.
So Columbus just picking up where they left off, it looks like. The yellow starts starting to come out now. Yeah, I just had to laugh about that Cucho situation. That was something else. Corner kick, Columbus. Columbus, I mean, even something else. Corner kick, Columbus. Let's see what turns out here. Oh, look at this. Wow. Penalty? No. It's offside. Offside. Here's the replay. Oh, yeah, he's offside. That's why it was so open. He was offside. No, I was saying LAFC need to score. They need to score early because the later they wait, the more the clock will just be their enemy. Mm. The emotions are just going to be that much more magnified. Longer this match goes, deeper this match gets, I should say. Oh, bad giveaway. Good show. Another giveaway. What's Ellie doing? Yeah. Oh man, Columbus getting away with one there. Take a look. That's just an awkward touch. Vela has been quiet. Vela's been very quiet. So it's Bonga for that matter. So it's all of FC for that matter. But they've just had nothing today. Uh-oh. Villarreal was just standing there smiling. Then he shooed everyone away. That was funny. It's like, I'm going to give you guys your chance to talk. Now get out of here. You just got stepped on. Substitutes for LAFC. Boguc coming in for Tillman. Tillman's frustrated. I mean, can you blame him the way this match has gone? I forgot Tillman had the. I forgot Tillman had the yellow. Taylor was just talking about it. I forgot he had the yellow. So, but still, I mean, the way this match is going, can you blame him for being frustrated? Good ball. Free kick, LAFC. Yilgard Amundsen. LAFC needs something, like, right now. Oops. Just kicked my desk. Guess everything to shake. Oh no, space. Wonga had a lot of space in the box. It's a dangerous ball for Columbus. Too far. Thing is, he can't take a lot of attacking players out. Here's another chance for Columbus. Well done. I was going to say, you can't really take attacking players out for LAFC because A, you're down 2-0, obviously, and then B, if you come back, what if it goes to penalties? Any substitutions you make will need to be defensive, it looks like. yellow card. All right, 25 minutes to go. LAFC's got to pick it up right now. It's not hell a lot to speak of all day, so. This half has definitely been a lot more chippy than the first half. LAC, obviously, the emotion, trailing 2-0 on the road. Time kind of running out on their season, so. Yeah, yellow cards are coming out. I think Nagby goes down a little bit too easy, though, doesn't he? So it looked for me, though. There you go. Take it away. I feel like this half chances keep coming for LAFC, but they can't do anything with them. It is loud, as you could imagine. Another chance for Columbus. Looking for 3-0. Oh, that might be a penalty. I guess not. They're saying he ran into his elbow. Good look at it, though. Who knows? Columbus starting Columbus a little sloppy right now. They aren't there yet. Good ball, Chiellini. Oh. Again, LAFC just can't get that last ball in. They can't get that final ball. Should have been 2-1. Vela just never goes for it. Yeah, just that kind of night for LAFC. %63 possession for Columbus right now. This kind of goes in line with what Andrew Weaver was just telling us about, just how they just nurse the ball. This this possession based style is what I'm trying to say that Wilfred Nancy has put into this team. Cucho. Good idea from Cucho. It's a good ball in, but again, who's there for LAFC? Who's just first for LAFC? There we go. Oh, what a save, Schulte. That's the goal. 2-1 LAFC, 2-1 Columbus. That's a great initial save by Schulte. But Bouanga eventually puts it in, and all of a sudden it's 2-1. It's a whole new match now. That really was a good save by Schulte. Oh, he's down. It's his head. Hope he's okay. You hope he's okay. Gotta see the replay of what exactly happened. Again, Columbus is sloppy, and they just get the ball back to LAFC. Let's see what the injury was. I can't quite see it. Did the ball get him in the head? I think that's what happened. That took a deflection, it looked like, off a crew player. That might have been going in anyway. Wow. 2-1. Yeah, I think the ball just gets him in the head. Evan Bush, backup keeper. Schulte's up. Fortunately, you see the I think this is the neurologist, perhaps. We expect memories of looks like Schulte's gonna stay in, but this kind of brings up memories of last year a little bit. Obviously, the injury to Great Bow was a lot more severe. McCarthy having to come in. Oh, it looks like Schulte will continue. That's all I was gonna say. Say they have at LAFC last year. Really happy to Columbus this year. Good to see him staying though. Good thing he's okay. Here we go. How did the crew respond? This is a team we talked about that has given up leads down the stretch in so many matches. Let's see what they have in them. Biggest game of the year. MLS Cup on the line. Oh, nice dummy. Taken away. Here they come. There's space on the right. Oh man. He had Vela on the right. If he sees him a split second earlier, that's trouble for Columbus. Nice ball. Rossi. Good ball. 3-1. Oh. Wow. Corner kick Columbus. Be an interesting 10 minutes. Plus stoppage time. Plus stoppage time. With the Schulte injury. The ball down in the box. That might be reviewed. The ball is still down behind the play. Ball inside, right till he has a Schulte. Your ball is still down. Bruno, you could get your wish. You really could. Let's see. Oh, that's That might be a penalty. They may have to look at that. They may have to look at that. Hmm. We see you blow it up. He was down for a long time. That's a foul. Nothing given. Hmm. Nagbe coming out. Looks a little lame. You can see it. Little limp there. Just little space for Columbus here. Taken away. That's a yellow card too. Yeah, yeah, that is. Has to be a yellow. Pretty sure you can't do that in soccer. Julian Gressel coming in. Our guy. Cucho is out. This is interesting because if LAFC score, this goes to extra time and penalties, you don't have Cucho out there. The Cucho looks bent though. Definitely walking with a limp. Ramirez on 2. How much stoppage time you guys think will be? 6, 7 minutes? Let me know in the chat. How much stoppage time you think there will be? I think around 6 or 7 minutes, personally. Daniel saying 10 minutes. Trying to think, how long was Schulte down? Bruno, 25 minutes. Oh, you have money on it, Bruno. Okay, I didn't know you had money on this game. See, that makes sense. Then I don't know if it'll be 10 minutes, 8 minutes, or something like that. There'll be a chunk of it for sure. Six coming in for 9. I'm not going to say it. Or 6 going out for 9. Not going to say it. Think you guys know what it is. Tommy over here, he definitely pointed out 6 for 9. Rossi, oh man. Wow. Rossi has to do much better with that one, no question. Good ball in. Oh, Rossi's touch just lets him down. He just fluffed it. Oh man. Foul Columbus. Good header. That's a foul. What's Chiellini complaining about? That's a foul. It's 100% a foul. I don't know what Chiellini's complaining about there. Plus he was offside, just barely. Imagine if Giorgio Chiellini would have scored there. Just imagine that. Great. He had 36 at Juve. So I mean, scoring goals is not really a foreign concept to him, but he's a defender. So, see people say 7 minutes on Twitter. Seven minutes. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair to me. Okay, there's space for Columbus. That's foul. Yellow card, yeah. 5.5 minutes to go. Oh, giveaway. Crew get it back, though. Good ball. Just go to the corner. Penalty? Oh, is that not a penalty? That might have to get looked at again. Elliot Columbus has a case. Got to take a look at that. Let's see. I don't know. I think. Yeah, I don't know if that's a penalty. Crew fans can taste it. Bruno asking, do you feel this playoff game matched the expectations? It's been a good match. It's been a really good match for Columbus, that is. I think LAFC hadn't done enough. I mean, the goal got them back in it, and there's still time for them to come back. So, still time for them to nick a goal here and tie the match. It wasn't as back and forth as I thought it'd be. And they make a good point on the Ramirez foul. They're saying it's outside the box. Yeah, so that can't. You're right. That can't be reviewed. No, if for a red card, potential red card, it could. But this is a common foul. You're right. It can't be reviewed. Three minutes left. My MVP. Who was my MVP? So yours is always Nagby, Bruno. I think Cucho. I think Cucho will get it. Just personally, because simply because for now I think they'll look at because his goal is a match winner at this point in time from the spot. Two minutes left. Nice turn. Got to cross it. That's a throw. Nice offending. Nice move. Ooh, LAFC gets it back. Good clearance. There you go. Let's go to the flag. Go to the flag. Let's go to the flag. Corner of Columbus. That might do it. That might do it. Columbus Crew, seconds away from winning MLS Cup, second and fourth seasons. Unless LAFC can score here. Final chance. Takeaway. That's it. Wow. Congratulations to Columbus. Well deserved. Well deserved. They set the tone for the beginning and they're rewarded. Congratulations to Columbus. Great win. Great final for them. LAFC just weren't up to it. Bouanga kept them in it, but end of the day, they just couldn't get it done. And congratulations to Columbus winning MLS Cup for the third time ever and for the second time in the last 4 seasons. Congratulations to them. LAFC, I thought they'd be more competitive in it. This was just a disappointing result for them. Yeah, just disappointing. They just didn't do enough. And again, like I said, Bouanga gets the goal, gives them half a chance to get back in this and send us to extra time, but ultimately they just dug themselves a hole. The penalty really set the tone. You might say, LAFC were a bit unlucky to concede the penalty, but it really set the tone. They get the second. LAFC coming close, scoring that goal right before the half. And then, again, Bouanga scoring in the second half, but ultimately Columbus Crew getting the win over LAFC 2-1 in MLS Cup 2023. Well-earned win for Columbus. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Darlington Nagbe getting another MLS Cup. Congratulations to Julian Gressel getting his second. And, yeah, terrific match for them. And they are MLS Cup champions. And that is it for the 2023 MLS season. We'll be back. Well, the season will be back, I believe, late February or early March. And I don't know if you missed it, but Don Garber saying the schedule will be released on December 20th. So we'll find out when Atlanta United will return and where they're going. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun offseason. I look forward to it. And let's hope that Atlanta United are in this position in 2024. But thanks, guys, for joining me. Whether you jumped in late or jumped in for the entire time, really appreciate you coming on. Thanks for your time. Thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon going into evening. And congratulations again to the Columbus Crew winning the 2023 MLS Cup. Thanks to Daniel for joining me earlier, AJ and Mike, Atlanta United Fan TV. Thanks to them for coming out as well. Tyler, Tommy, and I will be back probably this week, probably in the next few days to talk about the match, maybe a little bit, and look ahead to maybe hopefully some rumors for Atlanta United. So thanks again. Really appreciate you watching, and we will see you next time.